Previously on Ace Attorney.
I hate her. I loathe her. I can't stand that Phoenix Wright. Just because she's a little good at magic, she thinks she's all that. So this is exactly what that sniveling brat deserves. Hey, what the heck? If you mess this up, you're gonna really be sorry. You hear me? I'll crush you flat. Like a cockroach under my foot.
Oh, you cute little thing. You're so adorable when you're throwing a fit. Ow, my foot! Can't you take a joke?
Come on, grab my things. We're leaving.
Oh, lead the hippity-hopping way, my little bun. Okay, maybe Ritz is the accomplice, or whatever his name is. Hello, YouTube. I'm Unca Crunk. Welcome back to Ace Attorney and day one of the trial of Phoenix Wright. Well, I say day one, but it's so obvious who done it. Might not need a day two. Come to think of it, we haven't had a 3-day trial since the first trilogy, have we? Anyway, April 28th, 9:15 a.m. I'm fine. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. Is Apollo okay? He's been muttering to himself all morning. He's been like that since yesterday. Guess the pressure of today's trial is getting to him. Poor Polly. He's really tearing himself up over all this. Get it together, Apollo! Ah! Athena, when did you get here? We drove here together, Apollo. Just try to relax a little bit, will you? You're getting yourself way too worked up. But I'm all right. I'm fine. You know, I did a little digging on this Nayuta Sadmati guy. He's apparently not your run-of-the-mill prosecutor. Oh yeah, and what'd you find out? Well, they say he wields an incredible power to accurately read a trial's karma and its ultimate fate. What is that supposed to mean? I don't have all the details, but apparently he can foresee how the arguments will go and even lead his opposition. So the defense basically ends up going in whatever direction he has in his head. Man, this isn't going to be a cakewalk if that's true. Emma did say she talked to him for us, though. Here's hoping that went well. Shit, yeah. In any case, it sounds like he's going to keep us on our toes. That's why I know you're ready. Why I know I can leave Trucy and the office to you. I believe in you, Apollo. Mr. Wright is putting his faith in me. Can't let him down now. I'm fine. Here he goes again. It's almost like he's chanting a prayer. I'm fine. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine! If you say so, Apollo. A trial will start momentarily. Is the defense ready? Yes, we're fine! Trucy's fate and the fate of the agency rest on this trial. This is it, Justice. If ever there was a time to shine, it's now. April 28th, 9:30 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 6. All rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. And the prosecution? Prosecutor Sadmati? 8,000 pardons. It was rude of me to keep you waiting. I was praying for the victim. Oh, praying? Yes, I see. You're a Koreanist monk, correct, prosecutor? Yes, that is correct. I am but a lowly monk from the kingdom of Korean. I beg in advance for the forgiveness and kind patience of everyone here in this court. I am unfamiliar with the proceedings of this country and may make many blunders. He seems like such a gentle-mannered soul, doesn't he? I wonder if Emma had a chance to talk with him about Trucy. No, then, Prosecutor Sudmuddy, your opening statement, if you would. Certainly. In the name of the Holy Mother, I vow to guide the victim's soul to a land of eternal peace known as the Twilight Realm. Now, let the last rites of the victim begin. Nayuta Sudmuddy, he's really been making a name for himself, apparently, but that nickname, Last Rites Prosecutor, I wonder how that'll come into play today. The incident took place in the middle of a spectacular magic show. The accused performed a magic trick in which she thrust a sword into a coffin. A coffin from which the body of the victim then spilled out, dead from a fatal stabbing. The victim's name was Manov Mystery, otherwise known as the Great Mysterious. His blood was found on the sword that was used during the magic trick. Okay. So his death was just an unfortunate accident. It is only natural for one to assume as such, Your Honor. However, it was no mere accident, but rather a homicide. The prosecution's position is thus that this was a murder made to look like an accident. I see. And you believe this crime was committed by the defendant? After a thorough consideration of all possible scenarios, I unfortunately had no other choice but to conclude as much. So that's how it's going to be, huh? I guess Emma couldn't convince him after all. Very well. And now, let us hear from the defense. Naturally, we maintain that the defendant is innocent, Your Honor. If the defense wouldn't mind, could you please explain your reasoning? My reasoning? Well, I would have to say that my main reason is because I believe in the defendant. I see. So you find it difficult to come up with anything more concrete than that, do you? What a fine demonstration of the fact that you are indeed a lawyer of putrid mind. Excuse me? Putrid mind? Prosecutor Sudmuddy. Excuse me, but I don't...
사토라이 마오만도모 사마시데 다시 누케타레 가세요 소로카.
We have voice acting now. If you don't mind my asking, prosecutor, what was that you were just chanting? A sutra of the Holy Mother that guides those of tainted soul toward enlightenment. It is a Koreanist incantation to awaken the foolish from their fruitless slumber. Fitting for a lawyer who indulges in such fancy as the innocence of the accused. I see. So basically you're asking the defense to get real? Allow me these few words, defense. It is my duty as a monk to punish sinners and to guide victim souls to the Twilight Realm. Should you show repentance and admit to the accused's guilt now, no harm will come to you. But should you interfere with my sacred last rites for the victim, then I shall cast you down into the pit of hell along with Trucy Wright.
Now, wait just 1 minute here. Putrid pit of hell? Is that any way to address someone in a court of law?
Prosecutor Sodbody, that may be the way that you conduct trials in Korean, but I would appreciate it if you would refrain from such charged language here. Your Honor, that was but a curious sermon for those who have strayed from the path.
Sure it was.
Harsh words are often necessary to admonish contemptible deviants who cannot see reason. I see. I didn't realize.
I guess they really do hate the defense attorneys in Korean, huh? Even still, that was way over the top as far as verbal abuse goes. And the trial's only just begun.
Well, defense, I suppose the way a prosecutor does things varies country by country.
Yes, but we are in this country, and he's from...
Why don't we look at this as a cross-cultural exchange and try to be open-minded about it?
What?
Bailiff, please bring in the first witness.
Yeah, my open mind, my open ass. Excuse me? And I thought you gave those up. Yeah, exactly. Emma, you okay over there?
Detective Sky, the courtroom is no place for gorging yourself.
You know, what's wrong with having a little snack? Girls gotta eat, right? She, seems a little stressed out.
Detective Sky, your testimony, please.
Yeah, about that. I just want to state for the record that I believe Trucy Wright is innocent.
I'm sorry? Detective Sky, this path you seek to follow is misguided. Giving the wrongdoer false hope will only deepen her despair in the end.
But I...
Let it go and move on. Acts which go against your duty will earn you divine punishment from the Holy Mother.
Wait, I don't believe in the Holy Mother. Oh, fine. I don't know about the divine part, but I get the punishment bit loud and clear. I guess Emma got assigned tons of paperwork or something for sticking up for Trucy.
She and Prosecutor Sanmati don't seem to get along very well, do they? Shall we continue? The prosecution contends that the accused had a clear motive. The evidence, if you would, Detective Sky.
All right. Please take a look at this poster. It's a true Grammary poster from 13 years ago.
Is it just me, or is it a little different from the one in Ms. Wright's dressing room? This is a revised version of that poster. This one says canceled under Mr. Rios. That's right. Mr. Rios left the troupe after the first version of the poster was printed. Take a look at Mr. Rios' right forearm near his elbow. See the big scar there? He apparently got that when he made a mistake while practicing a magic trick. Ouch, that's quite a scar. Because of the accident, Magnifi Grammary concluded Mr. Rios was too unskilled. Just before the show was to open, Magnifi announced Mr. Rios wouldn't be appearing. But in defiance of Magnifi's decision, Mr. Rios just tried to go on stage anyway. This in turn caused Magnifi to oust Mr. Rios from the troupe on the spot.
He kicked Mr. Rios out? That seems rather extreme. Did he really have to go that far?
When it came to magic, Troupe Grammary was so passionate. Or should I say extreme about it that it would cause problems for them from time to time.
Yes, they even caused this court a mountain of trouble with their extreme antics.
And now, the troupe's successor has committed a murder. It seems the troupe's rare talent was inherited by the right person after all. A putrid talent for criminality. Hello?
You sound rather extreme yourself, prosecutor.
Criminals with impure souls do not deserve sympathy, Your Honor.
As I was saying, after his expulsion, Mr. Rios apparently went on to hold a grudge against the troupe.
He would tell those close to him, I will try to get my revenge on Troupe Grammary someday.
Revenge, huh? That certainly sounds antagonistic.
13-year-old poster updated. Okay. And then his chance for revenge finally came. If you would be so kind, Detective Sky.
I guess I don't have a choice, do I?
Witness testimony.
The defendant's motive. The victim planned to get his revenge on Troupe Grammary during Trucy's magic show. Mr. Rios was going to first steal the Grammary notebook from the defendant. He then intended to reveal the secrets behind their magic tricks during the show. That was the victim's plan for revenge, and while he did, in fact, steal the notebook, the defendant murdered him before he had a chance to reveal the secrets.
By the time the accused had discovered the notebook's theft, it was too late. Her only option was to kill Mr. Rios and make it look like an accident.
Objection!
That's nothing but conjecture.
Objection!
The victim's assistant, Bonnie DeFemme, gave the police a statement. She testified that just before the start of the show, Mr. Rios said, I'm going to reveal all of Troupe Grammary's secrets on stage today.
What?
Well, that isn't exactly a great starting point for a rebuttal, is it?
You're telling me.
Allow me to give you one piece of advice, defense.
Oh? And what's that?
Let it go and move on.
Excuse me!
Helping a sinner will only sully your own soul. One possessed of an unclean soul will burn in the flames of hell, and then be ever burdened with that sin in their next life.
But I don't believe that sort of thing.
Besides, I have no intention of giving up. Oh, Holy Mother, grant me the strength to deal with this putrid lawyer. All actions have consequences, and yours will surely earn you the honor of being a mere stink bug at best in your next life.
A stink bug?
Now then, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination, please.
I miss Simon. Cross-examination, start.
The victim planned to get his revenge on Troop Grammary during Trucy's magic show.
Hold it!
Revenge after all this time? It's been 13 years already. Why now?
I know, right? I thought that was pretty sketchy myself. I mean, wouldn't he have done it a long time ago if he was gonna do it? After all.
Detective Sky, self-indulgent outbursts such as those will earn you divine punishment in the form of a salary evaluation.
How does he have any power over her? He's visiting. Wait, that's what divine punishment means?
Let the detective have her snack. This humble servant of the Holy Mother shall explain. Over a decade ago, Troop Grammary was at the height of their popularity. But then their reputation declined, and they had all but faded from public memory. Until recently, that is, when Trucy Wright sought to recapture their former glory.
The defendant, and at such a young age, too. How impressive!
Yes, the accused's skill at magic is undeniably impressive. If she hadn't fallen onto the path of sin, she would have had a bright future ahead of her.
It's always sad to see such promising young potential go to waste. Now then, Detective Sky, how did Mr. Rios plan to get his revenge? And please put down the snackoos before you continue with your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. Oh, she's so sad. I hate this.
Mr. Rios was going to first steal the Grammary notebook from the defendant.
Hold it!
What evidence do you have that Mr. Rios actually stole the notebook?
Apollo, you're the one who found it.
Yeah, but I didn't tell anybody.
Actually, I did during discovery.
You did what?
Sorry, it's the rules. Well, you see,
Whenever you're ready, Detective. Fret not, Detective Sky. You have nothing to repent for. You should be proud of the fine forensic discovery that you made. Forensic discovery, and what did she discover specifically? Detective Sky identified a certain set of fingerprints on the notebook. Upon further inspection, she determined that they belonged to Mr. Rios.
what?
The detective found the fingerprints entirely of her own volition. For that, I must say, well done, Detective Sky.
Munch.
Get a little too addicted to using your precious white powder, did you, Emma? Now, Detective Sky, I would ask you to explain exactly how Mr. Rios intended to use the notebook to exact his revenge.
All right. Well, first, he stole the notebook.
He then intended to reveal the secrets behind their magic tricks during the show.
Hold it!
I'm going to reveal all of Troop Gramarye's secrets on stage today. That's what Mr. Rios himself said, right? Right, but he didn't exactly specify which Gramarye secrets he was talking about. But the prosecution thinks he was referring to the secrets behind Troop Gramarye's magic. Yes, that is the prosecution's assertion. When the accused realized that Mr. Rios was to reveal her family's most closely guarded secrets, she naturally panicked. So basically, Trucy's notebook was hiding in Mr. Rios' things because he had stolen it himself? I don't believe it. It's a plant.
I see. Truly a motive that only a magician could have.
Yes, that's what the prosecution believes anyway. That was the victim's plan for revenge, and while he did in fact steal the notebook...
Hold it!
Do you really believe what you're saying, Detective Sky? Do you really think Mrs. Wright killed Mr. Rios to stop him from getting his revenge? Of course I don't think that. The Trucy we know would never... What? Keep your private considerations separate from your public duty. I warned you about this very thing before the trial began, did I not, Detective Sky? Yes, you did. Please recite my exact words to you. Emma Sky, you are a detective first and foremost, not the accused friend. Remember your duty and fulfill it faithfully. Excellent. So you do remember what I said to you. Your devotion to your work will be rewarded, for the Holy Mother sees all. This Holy Mother is no scientific concept I've ever heard of. Those two really don't get along, do they? Well, science and religion go together about as well as oil and water. As I was saying, the defendant murdered him before he had a chance to reveal his secrets.
Hold it!
I'm sorry, but what exactly is the basis for claiming it was murder? Beats me. What? The basis is beats me? You'll have to ask Prosecutor Sanmari over there because he hasn't told me his reasoning either. Munch. Detective Sky, your feeding of information to the defense has not gone unnoticed by my eyes. The bad karma of acts which go against your duty will impinge upon you in your next life. But even before that, it may impinge upon your job in the form of a transfer. Please don't get me kicked out of the forensics unit, anything but that. Oh, poor Emma, she's really been risking everything for us. Well, Prosecutor Sanmari, what are your grounds for claiming homicide? It was the luminous tape in the understage passage. I realized that it had been moved. Moved so that Mr. Rios would climb up into the downstage coffin by mistake. What? Mr. Rios, who was waiting in the understage passage, was supposed to have used the upstage ladder shown here on the left. You mean the one that leads to that tiny little coffin that with the baby dragon in it? He was to climb up into the coffin that had been set up in the backstage area. It's too small. After being turned into a stuffed dragon during Act 1, Mr. Rios was supposed to come back to life and emerge from that coffin. Ow. He's probably going to jump out of it when it fell apart. Yeah. But the luminous tape had been moved, to mark the downstage letter. So the victim climbed up into the coffin on the stage itself by mistake. The very same coffin the accused thrust her sword into. And you have proof that it was my client who moved the tape. But of course, Detective Sky.
Oh, that's right. I identified the defendant's fingerprints on the luminous tape.
You what? You actually had proof? Well, defense, are you finally ready to let it all go and move on?
Absolutely not.
Detective, please add the information about the prints on the tape to your testimony.
The defendant's prints were on the tape. I guess she must have moved it during the show.
Hold it!
What made you think to check the luminous tape for prints?
Well,
I bet it was the detective's intuition.
I dusted not just the tape, but just about everywhere for fingerprints.
Oh?
I tested pretty much every single surface in the theater. I mean, it was so nice to be able to test for prints without anybody getting mad at me.
It's great that you're enthusiastic, Emma, but there is such a thing as too enthusiastic.
The tape was moved to guide Mr. Reeves into the coffin that was downstage. That's true. It does sound like a murder rather than an accident.
Certainly doesn't help that Trucy's prints are on the tape.
Ugh.
Wish I knew what sound would even be appropriate to make in this situation. How about... Okay, so let's see. Oh. You need a key to unlock that. Let's see. Hang on. Okay. The key is not there. Okay, I guess it's not that. That's no help. Okay, Trucy wore gloves during the show. Yeah, okay. I mean, she always wears gloves. Well, let's try it.
Objection!
Witness, nope. The witness's statement contradicts this piece of evidence, Your Honor.
And just which part of the testimony is inconsistent with this evidence?
Huh. That's funny. I thought I saw an inconsistency a second ago. Maybe it's the next statement. Disappeared like magic. Oh, crap. I'm on the wrong statement. Ah! I was looking at... Damn it. The murder occurred during a magic show, so crazy things like this are bound to happen.
Oh, really? Well, let's see how magical you think this penalty is.
Yeah, seems pretty normal to me, Your Honor. Okay. Yep, wrong statement. Okay, here. Yeah, it wouldn't have been during the show because she was wearing gloves. I'm sorry, Detective Sky, but there's a flaw in your testimony.
No, really?
The prosecution is claiming that Ms. Wright moved the understage tape during the show in order to guide the victim into the coffin downstage. But it doesn't make sense that she would leave prints on the tape at that time.
It doesn't.
Please consider the fingerprinting results of the main coffin, which shows that not one of my client's fingerprints were found on or in it.
That's true. We didn't find any of her prints on that coffin.
I think you've realized what the flaw in your testimony is. Claiming Ms. Wright left prints on the tape during the show is inconsistent with the facts. Because she was wearing gloves during the show.
No!
She must have left the prints sometime before the show started. In other words, her prints do not prove she moved the tape to mislead the victim. Prosecution's investigation was insufficient.
Oh my. But on a personal level, I'm very happy about that.
Well, Prosecutor Sanmati, if the defense's argument is true, then you have no evidence that the defendant moved the tape to deceive the victim.
I see. Apparently, the defense is more intelligent than I had thought. More than a stink bug at any rate. Oh, come on. You can bump me up to at least a stag beetle now, can't you?
Would that really be any better?
Of course, way better. Stag beetles are cool, with those huge mandibles of theirs. If the defense wishes to be promoted to a stag beetle, then answer me this question. All right, shoot. Even with no evidence that the accused moved the tape to misguide the victim, the victim still climbed the ladder using the tape as a guide and entered the coffin on the stage. The accused then thrust her sword into said coffin with the victim in it.
So what you're saying is the fact remains that the victim was stabbed to death, right?
Precisely. However, this does drastically change one aspect of this case. If the accused did not lead the victim into the coffin on purpose, then it means the victim's death could have been accidental. If it was indeed an accident, the defense can argue that it was involuntary manslaughter.
I see. If it was involuntary manslaughter, then they could plead extenuating circumstances. And the severity of the crime would be mitigated.
Defense, if you believe the accused did not murder the victim, then do you argue that it was an accident? This is it, the all-important question. The defense argues that Mr. Rios' death was murder. The defense maintains that the defendant is entirely innocent. We believe that it wasn't an accident, but murder. And what's more, we believe it was committed by a third party.
A third party? Isn't the true culprit is someone else?
That's correct. That is quite a brazen claim to make, and one wholly without grounds. Your voice is as loud as your suit, and your mind echoes just as loudly in emptiness. Surely you were but a loud red pepper in your previous life.
I've been demoted to a vegetable? Actually, peppers are fruit.
I don't care.
Oh, I didn't know a person could be reincarnated as a non-sentient plant.
As opposed to a sentient one?
Yeah, you ever seen a Venus flytrap? Those are definitely sentient.
Well, I don't know about that. In any case, I do have grounds to make this claim. Let us hear this reasoning of yours, then. All right, but before I give it, there is one question that we need to address. If the victim was killed by some third party, then the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin wasn't the cause of death. If that's the case, then how did we wind up with a dead body inside the coffin?
A very good question. Now, let's hear your opinion, Mr. Justice. How did the victim's body wind up inside the coffin?
He was killed understage. What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put into the coffin? In other words, what if the victim was already dead in the coffin from the get-go?
So I see. In that case, the defendant's sword wouldn't have been the cause of death. How do you respond, Prosecutor Sadmati?
That is the third time. What?
The third time of what?
Hiya. What in the heck is this?
さとら今おまどもさましでたし抜けたれがせよそろか
My head! What do you think you're doing? Even the merciful Holy Mother loses patience if she is struck 3 times. Since you never learned you needed to be punished. Why don't you let me worry about what I need and don't need? It is what you deserve for interfering with my sacred last rites for the victim. You are a brainless lawyer chasing phantoms. You know nothing. Let this humble servant of the Holy Mother give you an edifying sermon. A sermon? Now. There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Corinthianism. A cornered frog will swallow even a snake. What?
A cornered lawyer is unexpectedly struck back hard against the prosecution. Did I get it right?
No, for I am not done with my sermon. And yet, the frog still dies, its belly bitten and torn from within. Just great. And in this case, you are that frog defense. What exactly is your point anyway? Let us assume for a moment that the victim was killed under the stage, who then had the opportunity to do so during the show. Yeah, let's see. People in the show were Bonnie DeFemme, the victim Mr. Rios, and Phoenix Wright. Bonnie DeFemme was on stage throughout the entire show, as easily confirmed by the footage from the show. Which leaves us with only one suspect, Phoenix Wright. The last time anyone saw Mr. Rios was before the 20-minute intermission. How do you see? The accused killed Mr. Rios as he waited on standby in the understage passage, and then placed his dead body in the coffin above, thus making the murder look like an accident. No! Oh, great and merciful Holy Mother, thus another putrid mind has been guided toward enlightenment. Yeah, can't believe I swallowed this trick question hole. Sorry, but I have to raise an objection here. Athena, what are you? There's something I want to point out, Apollo. And who might you be? You strike me as a mere child in countenance. I may be young, but I have an attorney's badge just the same. And you would contribute to this discussion in that capacity? I most certainly would. You just argued that the defendant killed the victim under the stage. Let me remind you that Miss Wright is a girl. Clearly. Surely you didn't raise an objection simply to point out such an obvious fact. Your Honor, please send for this little child's guardian to come take her home.
Hold it!
I really don't like this guy. But I'm not done with my sermon. You don't need to talk like Prosecutor Sudmati, you know. Listen, if the victim was killed in the understage passage, then his body would have to be hauled up to the stage, right? However, Miss Wright is a young girl and a pretty petite one at that. She couldn't possibly have hefted that large body up and put it in the coffin.
Well, that's true. It does seem like it would be a rather difficult task for the defendant. I don't think even I could do it.
What do you think of that, prosecutor? Who's a child now? In my religion, the priestesses of Koranism are revered as the pillars of our beliefs. So I naturally hold nothing but deep respect for women. I also think highly of the female perspective. Says the man who called this fair maiden a little child. Who's the fair maiden? I agree that your point is worth discussing, defense. How indeed was the dead body raised up into the coffin? By the accused, Phoenix Wright, that is. You're committed to pointing the finger at her no matter what, huh? Then you explain how that'd even be possible. But, of course. There was a way for even a small creature like her to raise the victim's body up. Yeah, winch. Oh, wait, you really can't explain it? I foresaw that our arguments would come to this, so I have prepared a witness.
Oh, well, I admire your readiness, prosecutor.
It is really not that difficult when one can read the ultimate outcome of any trial. He couldn't have really predicted that things would turn out like this, could he? That's pretty hard to believe. Excuse me, but may I step down now?
Yes, I suppose you may.
Those snackos went right through me.
One moment, Detective Sky.
I'm sorry, for, the way I handled all this. You did a fine job, Detective. Your testimony was invaluable. It was? Yes. You served well as a detective and did not allow your personal feelings to interfere. You overcame the conflicted emotions you felt and performed your duty admirably. You will be rewarded for your fine work. Oh. Thank you. I hope we can work together again in the future. Emma seems bewildered by the unexpected praise. I guess he's a pretty nice person like they say, as long as you're not up against him.
Yeah. No, then listen, let us call the next witness.
Hello, Bonnie, if that is your real name. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the court. It's very nice to meet all of you.
I'm a lagomorphine illusionist from the land of fairy tales, Bonnie the Femme. I can't wait to do some magic tricks for all of you.
Please witness, there is a time and a place for all things, including magic.
Oh, but it would be okay if I did just a little magic, right? Come on, please. Look, everybody's waiting. Now's my chance to shine.
That is your second time.
My second time doing what?
There will be no further warnings. You should know that from our preparatory meeting, correct?
Is no one exempt from His Holiness's Rosary of Suffering?
May we have your testimony, witness? Once you've recovered from your disappointment.
Well, it's a huge fan of Trucy's. I don't really want to testify against her, but I guess I have to, don't I?
Yeah, it's a huge fan of Trucy's, huh?
I hate her. I loathe her. I can't stand that Trucy Wright. Just because she's a little good at magic, she thinks she's all that. So this is exactly what that sniveling brat deserves.
Sure, you're a real fan, all right, of destroying Trucy, you mean.
Witness testimony. The understage passage. I really can't believe that Trucy killed Mr. Rios. I guess it's possible for a small girl to lift a dead body up if she used a stage lift. Is it possible? Could Trucy really have... If Trucy did use a stage lift, I think she must have used stage lift number 2. I was on stage for the entire show, by the way.
Okay, I thought they were going to mention the winch. All right. You were on stage for the whole time, and you're sure about that? There is no question. The entire audience could testify to that fact. What's more, she is shown clearly in the TV show footage as well.
I couldn't possibly have killed Mr. Rios. Not little old me.
No one's accused you, Bonnie, yet. Therefore, the only person who could have killed the victim under stage is the accused. Furthermore, by using a stage lift, even a petite young lady could have raised the body up to the stage without difficulty.
You've gotta be kidding me.
Very well, the defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Cross-examination, start. I really can't believe that Trucy killed Mr. Rios.
Hold it!
You said you are a huge fan of Trucy's, isn't that right?
Oh yes, I even became a magician because I wanted to be just like her.
How old are you? Hang on. No, I'm actually going to look. $19. I mean, it's not impossible that someone 2 years older than her idol could have taken up magic because of her. I mean, Trucy has been practicing for a long time.
The first time I saw her, she was performing at the Wonder Bar. She was only in junior high back then, but she got up on stage with tons of confidence. And then she proceeded to win my heart with astonishing tricks and winning smile. And those magic panties, of course.
She certainly sounds like she means all of that. So finally being able to perform with her must have been quite a treat for you, right?
Oh yes, after all, it was my chance to have her see me. Not just as a fan, but as a fellow magician. But hey, Bye. But then that horrible accident happened.
It was not an accident, it was murder. Witness, please explain if you would. How a small young woman such as Phoenix Wright could have raised the body.
I guess it's possible for a small girl to lift a dead body up if she used a stage lift.
Hold it!
What makes you think it would be possible? It's not like you tried it out yourself, right?
Well,
Actually, we did try it out for ourselves.
you did?
Of course you did. Detective Sky, if you would.
No. So that's why you made me do that.
Detective Sky, what did he have you do?
The prosecutor asked me to try raising one of the male police officers with a stage lift. Without a single word of explanation as to why he was making me do it.
You're kidding.
It's as if he really can foresee all of our counter-arguments.
Do not underestimate this humble servant of the Holy Mother. More like Halty.
I guess that means Trucy could have lifted the dead body up. Does that mean... Is it possible? Could Trucy really have...
Hold it!
Is what possible? Could Trucy really have what, Mr. Pham? Please finish your sentence.
You interrupted me. Yeah, well, I...
Don't try to beat around the bush. Come right out and say it. Why not tell this court what you really believe?
What I really believe? Of course I don't believe Trucy could ever commit murder. Such an amazing and wonderful magician could never do such a thing. But, taking all the facts into account, what else can I think?
I know of at least 3 other unflattering things you really think about Trucy.
Talk to them!
Oh, can you attack this girl when she is obviously speaking with reserve?
There is such a thing as reading between the lines, Mr. Justice. It's sad how the youth of today lack the ability to do such a basic thing.
Looking at me like that isn't going to help me stick my foot in my mouth less, Your Honor. Witness, please describe what the accused might have used to lift the dead body.
All right. If Trucy did use a stage lift, I think she must have used stage lift number 2.
Hold it!
Stage lift number 2. You mean the stage lift shown here on the left?
That's right. With the stage lift, I think even a small girl could easily lift a dead body up to the stage.
And so that makes her the murderer in your opinion.
Of course not. I believe in Trucy. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of hers.
No, brother. How long is she going to keep this act up? Defense, what position was stage lift number 2 in after the show? Let's see if I recall, it was in the fully raised position. And so was number 1. And the reason why it was fully raised is because the accused used it to lift the victim's body, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. No, Trucy had to switch the stage lifts around because one of them was already up. Feel free to slowly mull it over while you roast over the flames of hell, you evil red pepper.
So now I'm also evil.
Well, Jinxie did call you a demon lawyer.
Demons aren't necessarily evil. Haven't you ever played a Shin Megami Tensei game?
Oh, right. I was on stage for the entire show, by the way.
Were you now?
Hold it!
Well, yeah, I guess you were. You didn't have a single spare moment to slip down to the understage passage.
Huh? Don't tell me you suspect me now.
I'm just trying to do my job by fully examining your alibi. Depending on how solid it is, I might have to suspect you. Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me. Don't spit on my head and tell me it's written, lawyer boy. I'm right here in the footage, or are you too much of an idiot to see?
Huh?
Mr. Pham, are you feeling all right? You seem suddenly different.
Oh, oops. Where did that come from, right? Oh my, I seem to have snapped there for a second, didn't I?
You didn't just snap, you broke character just now.
In any case, I was on stage the whole time, performing magic. I mean, you saw me in the footage, right? My dazzling and flawless performance.
Flawless. That's odd, considering what you told me. You said that you made a mistake with where you positioned Mr. Hat.
Yeah.
Mr. Pham, to what is the defense referring?
Well, I made a little mistake on stage. I was in charge of operating Mr. Hat, you see. According to the script, I was supposed to place him to the left of the coffin. But I flubbed it up and made him stand in the right of the coffin instead.
And because of that mistake, Trucy had to move the stage lifts around.
Feel really bad about messing Trucy up like that with my goof.
Darn it! I don't see any inconsistencies in her testimony. I do!
Now, do you know who the real killer is? Come on, Gramps. Don't just sit there handing down your ruling pronto. Do it quick before you keel over up there.
I beg your pardon.
Oops. Oh, what's gotten into me? I'm so sorry.
Give her another 5 minutes before she tears off that mask. Well, defense. Are you ready to let it all go now?
Of course not. I'll never give up. Never surrender.
I see. I suppose this too is fate. The sacred scriptures of Koreanism describe a variety of hells for the damned. For someone like you who struggles ceaselessly against his fate, a pool bullshig seems most appropriate. People boil. What? Oh, wait, that's Koreanese.
Well, what sort of terrible places? Oh, people boiljig. Boiljig?
A place where the one more struggles, the further one falls into the abyss. At the bottom of the abyss, a ferocious beast awaits. Think of it as something akin to an antlion sandpit trap.
Oh, there's one of those in my backyard.
Wow. Koreanist hell is closer to home than I thought.
There are ant in Japan, California.
Now then, it would appear that the witness's testimony supports the prosecution's claims. That the defendant is the only one who could have killed the victim on the stage.
Yeah. How are we supposed to get out of this jam? Presenting evidence.
Hey, Apollo, if you can't find any contradictions, maybe it's time to use analytical psychology.
Wait, what?
You mean, I heard some discord in Bonnie's voice while she was testifying.
Wait, whoa. We're not presenting evidence?
See, Widget is picking up on the noise in her heart, too.
Yeah, that's right. Athena can hear things others can't, with her super sensitive hearing. Oh. She can hear the emotions people suppress as a kind of noise or discord in their voices. We were going to present Trucy's statement on that last bit of testimony that Bonnie gave us about moving the already raised lift number 2. All right, I think let's give it a try. You got it.
Hold it!
That what? Your Honor, I'm afraid that our witness, Ms. DeFam, is suffering under terrible traumatic stress due to this horrible incident.
She is.
Yes, what with that terrible death on stage and her beloved Trucy getting arrested, she's under awful strain and shock. In fact, I don't know how much more she can take before she is unfit to testify. Excuse me? What?
Oh, I've heard of that. Well, what is it called? Postal stress disorder, right? It's where a person becomes uncontrollably angry, I think. Read about it somewhere.
That's going postal, Your Honor. This is PTSD.
Oh, my. So that's why the witness acts so hostile at times, as if she were a different person.
Yes. And I think her condition is clouding her memory of the incident. Therefore, I suggest a short therapy session for the witness.
Therapy? You don't know the first thing about a magician's mental strength. I've risked my life jumping through rings of fire and having my body sawn in half. Oopsie. Boy, I have to watch my temper, don't I? Hee.
Miss Sykes, please do whatever you can to help this unfortunate young lady.
And what exactly is this child planning to do, Mr. Justice? With her super-sensitive hearing, Ms. Sykes can hear a witness's true emotions. Simply from tone and inflection, she can tell exactly what a person is feeling. I can even pick out feelings that a witness is trying to suppress or hide, which it projects the emotions I hear into the mood matrix where I can analyze them. It sounds like some kind of spurious devilry, though I find it hard to believe. I must ask, how do emotions constitute evidence?
Well, I won't say that emotions can be taken as evidence per se. I have seen how instrumental Ms. Sykes' work has been in cracking a case. Therefore, I wholly support giving it a try.
I see. If you are in favor of it, Your Honor, then I have no objections. Even this mere monk can see that something disturbs the witness.
Psst, I'll disturb you.
Oh, thank you for understanding, Prosecutor Sadmati. Paula, you remember how to conduct a therapy session, right?
You want me to lead the session?
Of course. You're the lead on this case, after all.
Fair enough. Do I need a refresh? Absolutely not.
I think I still remember from last time, so let's get right into it. Okie dokie. You ready, Widget?
Let's do this.
Here we go.
I guess Trucy is the one who killed Mr. Rios. Even she could move the body with that lift. I was on stage at the time. But that terrible mistake. My stupid flub caused Trucy so much trouble. He is so bad about it.
Wow, you're just going... let's see. LB.
Got it!
Very obvious. I have to say, Mr. Pham, you certainly are a strange one. Even though you said I feel so bad about it, it seems you're feeling happy about it.
Mm. Ouch.
I think I can guess why you're feeling happy. It must be because you messed Trucy up. I think you were happy because you messed the defendant up. I'm right, aren't I?
You gotta be kidding me. Why would I be happy I messed Trucy up? I'm a big fan of hers.
Because we saw you.
I hate her, I loathe her, I can't stand that Trucy Wright. Just because she's a little good at magic, she thinks she's all that. This is exactly what that sniveling brat deserves.
We saw how you said you hated Trucy Wright. How you were glad she was in trouble. And even how it was what she deserved.
Ouch!
Yeah, it looks like I hit the bunny on the head, so to speak.
Apollo, the noise level dropped. Now if we could get it down to 0.
Well, Mr. Pham, are you ready to confess how you really feel?
What? What do you mean? I'm Bonnie, the sweet cute little bunny. I'm a rookie magician working hard to be just like my idol Trucy. That's the character I'm supposed to be.
Objection!
Keep that up, Mr. Pham, and you're going to have a mental breakdown. Just let yourself be who you really are. Who I really am. The two sides of you are fighting each other and doing you psychic harm. I can hear them. Two distinct voices battling inside you. Just shut your pie hole, you know-it-all. I mean, you mustn't say things like that or I might get flustered.
Mr. Pham, how long do you insist on maintaining this wolf and bunny's clothing act? You can't end this therapy session until you get real with us. Set the wild beast inside you free!
Don't.
Yes! Grr. Well?
Don't make me laugh. You don't know a dang thing about me. You want to see who I really am? Fine. Take a good look.
Hello.
What and the actual what? Sheep's clothing, you got it all wrong. It's a rabbit suit I got on.
I made that joke.
And I'm not a wolf, I'm a blood-sucking vampire. A bat with fangs and wings. I think we just opened up Pandora's box. I'm finally done with that goody two-shoes cottontail act. I feel free as a bat. Okay.
Defense, your therapy session is taking a turn for the worse from the looks of it.
There's a perfectly good explanation for this. It is their mistakes.
Methinks I created a monster.
We blow it.
Hey, you lobster boy!
Told me.
You think I'm glad Trucy is in trouble? That I think she's getting her just desserts? Well, guess what? You're right.
Does this mean you admit to wishing the defendant harm?
Well, the bat is out of the bag now. That mistake of mine was a work of art. Thanks to my goof, poor little Trucy had to do all that hard physical labor.
When you say hard physical labor, what are you referring to?
Because of Mr. Hat's new position, Trucy had to move both of those huge stage lifts. They must have been so heavy. What a riot.
That's strange. Dana, could you please add that last statement to Bonnie's testimony?
All right, I'll update the moon matrix with the new info. Hey, Apollo.
Now, there's a new inconsistency in the testimony. Yeah, she finally slipped up. So, what do I need to do now? Well, from this point onward, you just did what you do best. Find the contradiction in the testimony and present evidence to refute it. All right. I've got you now, Bonnie DeFam. Or Batty DeFam, whatever you... I guess Trucy is the one who killed Mr. Rios. Even she could move the body with that lift. I was on stage at the time, but that terrible mistake. Info update. You know what? Subs are right. Thanks to that, she ended up having to move the stage lifts. There it is. Now where is it? Trucy moved the stage lifts to cover for Bonnie's mistake. All right. She told no one about this. Oh, wrong button.
Objection!
That doesn't make sense. What? So you think I'm crazy now? No. Well, yes, but that's not the point I was trying to make. But I don't hear you denying it. Mr. Pham, allow me to repeat your statement. Thanks to that, she ended up having to move the stage lifts. That's right, and I still say this. But how did you know? How did you know Ms. Wright moved the stage lifts? Huh? According to her own statement, she didn't tell anyone that she had done so. What? So how could you possibly have known what she had done unless you saw her? You saw Ms. Wright moving the lifts in the understage passage, didn't you? Eee! Noise level 0%. Yay! You did it, Apollo. Noise levels are at 0%.
But Mr. Justice, what does that mean?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Pham herself was under the stage where the victim was killed. And I hardly need to tell the court what that means. Nyeh. You are one artful liar, Mr. Pham, and one spectacular suspect. But why, you shiny red lobster boy? You're saying I killed Mr. Rios? I'm saying that it's a possibility. What's more, I say you had a solid motive to frame my client for the murder as well.
Objection!
My apologies for raining on the defense's merry revelry. But you seem to have forgotten one very important point. Oh, really? The TV footage, as you can clearly see, Mr. Pham was on the stage the whole time. The entire audience can bear witness to that fact, including you. Oh, teleportation trick, right. Were they doing twins? They're doing twins. Oh, yeah. I said when she first talked about her teleportation trick that Rex or whatever, the Gramarye had was the body double for Lamroar when he did a teleportation trick. So yeah, I'm guessing there's two Bonnies. You have just taken a long and senseless journey only to return to the starting line. The witness could not have been in the understage basket, which means the only one who could have killed the victim is the accused. Ah. Yes, party's over. Ah. But Mr. Pham knew something she couldn't have known unless she was under the stage. How do you explain that, Prosecutor Sadmati? It's quite simple. The accused must have told Mr. Pham about it, but then Forgot.
Ah! Open those useless eyes of yours and take a good look at the footage.
Mr. Pham really was in the understage passage. It wouldn't mean she was on stage and understage at the same time. You mean she was in two places at once? That does seem to be the only explanation that makes any sense. Maybe an explanation, but I'm not so sure about the make sense part. And we'll just have to make it make sense. Your Honor, the witness was both on stage and understage at the same time. That is the defense's assertion.
I've heard some illogical things come out of your mouth before, but this is absurd.
I'm sure you'll change your tune once you hear my reasoning, Your Honor.
My gut tells me you're bluffing, but I'll bite. Very well, Mr. Justice. How do you explain how the witness was in two places at once?
There were two bunnies! There were two bunnies, Your Honor. If that were the case, it would all make sense, wouldn't it?
There were
two of them? Yeah, you weren't there for that trial where you that case where you didn't know about Lamroar teleporting. I suspected you had a few screws loose, but now I see some are missing altogether. Is there a toolkit in this courtroom, Your Honor? I suppose 2, no, 3 screws to the head should righten his putrid brain.
very well, bailiff. Could you?
Really? Now, wait just a minute. Listen to my argument.
Very well. Suppose it wouldn't hurt to at least give it a listen.
As was argued earlier, Mr. Pham is shown in the footage the whole time. But at the same time, she was also watching Ms. Wright in the understage passage. The only possible explanation is there are two Bonnies.
That almost sounds like it makes sense. What do you think, Prosecutor Sudbody?
This humble servant of the Holy Mother is of the opinion that we should lose no time in replacing the defense's many lost screws. But Apollo, it goes against reality itself to say that one person is actually two. We don't have to be bound by reality. After all, we're talking about magic here. So if the Bonnie to Pham in the footage is the real Bonnie, then the Bonnie here on the witness stand, the one who must have been understage, this Bonnie to Pham is our second Bonnie. Hey! She is? Say we call the one in front of us Bonnie number 2. I believe I have just the piece of evidence to prove that a Ms. Bonnie number 2 exists.
Oh, then please submit your evidence, Mr. Justice. What proves the existence of a Bonnie number 2?
My guess would be fingerprints? Anything else? Yeah, I guess it must be the fingerprints.
Take that!
Oh, what's this?
During our investigation, we found a set of unknown prints on the coffin on the stage. These prints were most likely left during the course of the show, but they didn't match the prints of any of the people involved in this case. An unknown third party's fingerprints. I was not told of this. Emma must have kept him from him. So the question is, who could these prints possibly belong to? Mr. Pham, or should I say Bonnie number 2? These are your fingerprints, aren't they?
Talk to them!
enough of this foolishness. One person could not possibly be two. Those fingerprints could have been left not only during the show, but at any time.
Objection!
It's not like you to lose your cool like that, prosecutor somebody. And I'm sure you know that exactly when the fingerprints were made is not the main issue.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Justice?
The issue is, who do these unknown prints belong to? They're certainly not Bonnie DeFam's. But what if they belong to the person standing right in front of us?
Oh, you mean Bonnie number 2 is the second Bonnie? Is that what you're implying?
No, it's preposterous to suggest that those prints belong to the witness. I say they must belong to some other unknown individual. Prosecutor Sadmati, can you really look at her and still say that?
What are you looking at? Take a picture. It'll last longer.
How could this be? If we check her prints, I'm sure they'll match the unknown set. Well, Bonnie, the prints that don't belong to the real you belong to you, don't they, Bonnie number 2?
Witness, is what the defense has said is true?
Fine, I admit it. The fingerprints are mine.
Then does that mean you aren't Bonnie DeFam?
What? Ridiculous.
Are there really 2 Bonnies?
Nope, there's only one Bonnie. That's because I'm Betty. Betty DeFam.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, it's time for a wondrous magic show. Gasp in amazement as this lagomorphin illusionist performs her teleportation magic. Watch closely, it's showtime.
Hello. Okay then.
What an amazing trick! The witness has suddenly split into 2 people.
It's not a trick, no gimmick to it either. We're simply twins.
What? Twins? So that's how the teleportation trick works.
Ever since our debut, we had to hide or pretend I'm Bonnie. All cute and sweet and goody-goody. Can't tell you how stressful it's been. But I don't have to hide anymore. That's right. Our days of sneaking around are finally over.
Their cover is blown, but they actually seem pretty happy about it. So which one of you is the nice Bonnie DeFam we met in the dressing room?
That would be me.
And the sharp-tongued Bonnie we saw with the ratings rush on the stage was...
Hey, who you calling sharp-tongued?
Yeah, it's all starting to make sense now. Well then.
So, Mr. Justice, this changes the facts of the case rather dramatically, doesn't it?
It certainly does. During the show, it was Bonnie who was on stage the whole time. So Bonnie couldn't have committed the crime. But Betty, on the other hand, who was under stage, did have the opportunity.
Mm. Well, so we now have 2 suspects.
Wait just a minute there, Lobster Boy. I didn't do it. That's right. Betty might have a foul mouth, but she never kill anybody. Hey, who's got a foul mouth here? Oh, well, speak up, huh?
Hold it!
Please save your sibling squabbling for later. Betty, you must have been in the understage passage during the show. Otherwise, you wouldn't have known about the stage lifts being moved. So what exactly were you doing down there?
Why not testify? Anything to get you off my back.
Prosecutor Salmati Betty the Farm is ready to testify. What do you say?
Betty, you lied to this humble servant of the Holy Mother.
Tell you, what else could I do? Couldn't blow a cover and ruin our magic act? Besides, am I gonna go to your Twilight Hell or whatever for being a liar?
You will indeed. However, it won't be after your death. Rather, I shall give you a taste of your punishment on this mortal coil in interrogation hell.
Now then, Betty DeFan, please explain to this court what exactly you were doing under the stage.
And the next episode to the outro. Yeah, I probably should have picked up on that little twist a bit earlier, at the very latest, when she went all Betty-like. I still think she's an accomplice, though, rather than the actual murderer. That's definitely returns. Anywho, I really don't like this prosecutor. And I think I see what they're doing, you know, drawing a parallel to Phoenix being in Corinne, imposing his idea of how trial law should be implemented. It's a lot more infuriating when someone comes over here and does that same thing, isn't it, Apollo? Anyway. Also, are Edgeworth and Clavier the only prosecutors who aren't physically abusive? Francisca had her whip, Godot had his coffee, Blackwell his invisible sword, and now we've got this guy and his constricting prayer beads. So yeah, we'll try to get closer to the truth next time. In the meantime, up here's the playlist of my Shin Megami Tensei 4 playthrough, and down here's the video that YouTube recommends. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!